Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is around 51.7, 51.8k. We haven't really had any movement since yesterday, but that rather supports my overall bullish thesis for Bitcoin. Not a bearish picture, as it's still often painted on crypto Twitter or the X network. No, it's quite a bullish picture still. Trend continuation to the upside is still preferred, especially here on the daily time frame against the 35,000 level. This is obviously quite far away, but it is the only reliable Fibonacci support on the daily time frame at the moment, or let's say the next one, which will distinguish between the scenario we are following and a B-wave pullback. Obviously, there are closer support levels, but we can only identify them on the 1 hour chart that we're going to take a look at as well in a few minutes. But yeah, we have been following this white wave count, this white scenario. There's no need to change the scenario at the moment. The idea is that circle wave 4 bottomed here on the 23rd of January. And the idea is still that we're moving up here in this 5-wave move. And I prefer to let the market tell me if something different is going on. So I would need to see at least a break below 47k it is on the 1 hour chart to at least suggest that the wave 4 is still unfolding and we might revisit the yellow box. So that is what I would need to see to be a little bit more bearish in the short term, which is fine. There needs to be a line in the sand. There needs to be a level where I will change my opinion. At the moment, there's no need at all to change my opinion, and the chart has become very the roadmap has been followed really nicely. You know, support levels have been holding for a while on the Bitcoin chart now, and only below 35k, I will have to change my assumption on the daily time frame, and will have to change from, okay, this is the white count, which should send us fairly clearly more directly to all-time highs, which was hard to believe initially, right? But I highlighted to you, look, there is a count which can take us quite directly to all-time highs. And yes, we can see sideways consolidations, but probably not really deep pullbacks in that scenario. And we basically have to follow this scenario until it gets invalidated, because there's no way of, let's say, confirming something different until 35k breaks, which is this support level. So even in a scenario where the wave 4 might still be in the making, we have to give it space all the way down to 34k. 35k. Yes, it would be a deep wave 4, and of course down there the probabilities for a break of support will increase, but you cannot really confirm the alternative, which is the likely alternative, the B wave pullback. You know, we cannot confirm that until we see at least a break of 35k. Now, as I said, we have a support level on the 1 hour chart that we've been watching for a while now, which we've just simply adjusted higher together with the price. And it's been holding, okay? So we can focus on higher against that support level on the 1 hour chart, which is here at 47k. Actually, there are 3, but it's the 47k level, which is the line in the sand. And only below that level, I will have to assume that my wave count here on the 1 hour chart has to change. So what does that mean? Well, see, as I said before, everything between the top, the recent price top, and the 47k level, that's noise. It's basically like a range. Okay, so you can treat it like a trading range, basically. A break above that level, which is at 52,850, could indicate direct continuation higher. So that would be a breakout of the range. Classical breakout. Okay, breakouts fail in crypto very often. So that's just something to consider. That's why I don't like to get in on breakouts, but from an analytical point of view, if there is a sustained breakout, it would indicate the continuation in wave 5. The current phase looks very corrective, so it currently supports my perspective, which is bullish, because if the move down is very messy and corrective, you know, microstructures change a lot. There have to be, you know, a lot of volatility, but, you know, just up and down movement, overlapping price action. That is an indication that this is a corrective pullback, and this typically indicates, yeah, continuation higher. But until we get a breakout or a 5-wave move up, at least on a smaller time frame, I have to assume the consolidation is still unfolding. So we might still trend lower towards that line in the sand and have two other levels to watch, 50K and 48.3K. So we might go a little lower, you know, find some support somewhere in the support zone. That would be ideal. I would prefer a healthy wave 4, but not always. We don't always get that deep pullback. I did put it yesterday on Telegram and Discord that they are just support areas. So when I give you boxes for corrective pullbacks, they shouldn't be seen as targets. Yeah, don't see them as targets. Definitely don't see them as targets for a short trade. Not in a bullish market. Shorting in a bull market is typically not productive. So I usually see them as levels to look for entry points for trend continuation. If the market makes them available. So if the market offers a pullback, as we've had it here, then this is an opportunity, okay? So that's how I see them. The market doesn't always offer the deep pullback. I mean, they shouldn't be seen, essentially, they shouldn't be seen as targets. They are simply support levels because corrections sometimes fail to reach, let's say, their ideal targets because, bear in mind, it's a counter trend move. So the trend is still up. That's the main benefit of using Elliott Wave. It allows us to understand what's the trend doing. The trend is still up. So any move against the trend can be very weak if sentiment faster than it would be, let's say, normal. In an overheated market, the sentiment can switch quite quickly back to bullish. So that's why I always say they are only support levels. They are not necessarily targets. See them as support, okay? That's what they are. Only below 47K is the main pivot. We have to change our perspective. As long as we are holding above that, as I said, anything above it is just noise. Could do anything. You know, could do anything. But yeah, basically the bottom line is I think we are still moving in consolidation. The consolidation phase is still unfolding. Could be that we are moving here in an ABC structure, which might stretch out a bit. A break below the Saturday low at 50,630 could send us down lower to 50K first, and then maybe 48.3 and then 47K. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.